Robin Pingeton from the University of Mizzouri is our next head coach. Robin is beginning her 13th year as the head coach at Mizzouri. You go back in her career, it includes time as a participant in women's basketball and women's softball at St. Ambrose University. At St. Ambrose, during her playing career on the basketball floor, she totaled a career high of 2,502 points. That's a career total, I should say, not a career high. Makes it sound like one game. That would have been a story in itself. She was an All-American there in both basketball and in softball. And Robin's coaching career, head coaching career, began at St. Ambrose as well. Robin is an avid supporter of Special Olympics and spends a significant portion of time working to assist the organization in events and in fundraising throughout the state of Missouri. Welcome to the stage, University of Missouri head women's basketball coach, Robin Pingeton.
Thank you, Commissioner. I always appreciate everything that you do for all of us and all the many hours behind the scenes. And I want to thank you guys. I know it's been a busy 2 days, and you guys have been just troopers, and we're closing in on the end of day 2 for you guys. But I appreciate the work that you guys do and the stories that are told through these opportunities. We're excited for the season. We've got a lot of new faces, a lot of new names. Going into this off season, we thought it was really important that we added a couple key pieces out of that roster, which would include some athleticism, some size. Feel very blessed that we're turning a really special core group. I think, Ashton Judd and Grace Slaughter are here with us today, but 2 of the several that, after a tough year, decided they wanted to come back and didn't waver. And I think in this day and age, that's a difficult thing to do. And I'm really proud of them and grateful. Last year, obviously, not the year we wanted. Had a couple injuries, 2 starters that went down with season-ending injuries that made it a really, really tough year for us and a tough league. But it's been a great off season. I'm excited about our roster. I've said this several times. I think we've got an uncommon work ethic, very like-minded. I think young ladies that really have come together in regards to a connectivity in that locker room with a vision that's pretty uncommon for a group of so many new players. So it's been fun to see them come together. I know we're excited for what's in front of us. It's going to be here soon before we know it, but exciting time of the year, and appreciate the opportunity to be out here in front of you guys.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a floor mic to you, and please remember to identify yourself when you ask your question. And let's go ahead and start on the front row on the right.
Alan Cole, GamecockScoop.com. You mentioned some of the transfers there. Just wondering about Tiana Harrod and how you've seen her kind of settle in so far into your program.
Yeah, Tree's had a tough journey. Obviously, a really talented high school player. And then when she got to Kentucky, had some heart issues, had surgery, and didn't allow her to really get back into the swing of things at Kentucky. Transferred to Texas. And I think that year for her, I think it was a year of great growth, but also just challenging, trying to get her feet wet again and get acclimated to the game. It's hard to sit out for a year. She's been a great addition. She's got size. She's got good athleticism. I've been pleased with the growth that we've seen in her game since she's been on campus. Coming in June, one of our big focuses was trying to get her in better physical shape, and she's worked really hard at that. She's got really good touch around the rim. I think she can, make a difference on the defensive end and alter shots defensively. Been impressed with her footwork, and I'm excited about the growth that I've seen in 3 or 4 short months.
Other questions for Coach? Please raise your hand. Let's go to the 4th row on the left.
Wilson Jackson, the next. Coach, I wanted to ask you about the addition of Nia Wilson.
Yeah, really excited about Nia too. I've said this before. I think a lot of times in recruiting, especially in the portal, it's almost like speed dating. You can do all the research you want and make as many phone calls as you can and try to really understand who these young ladies are. Sometimes you've recruited them previously, but sometimes you haven't. And you never really know for sure what you're going to get because that window's so small. But we've been so blessed. The young ladies that have joined our program are exactly who we thought they would be. Nia's been tremendous. She's got a great work ethic. She's got great athleticism. She can push the ball in transition, has the ability to guard 90 feet from the basket, and can play both the point and off-guard position. So we're really looking for her to play a big role for us this upcoming season.
All right, raise your hand if you have other questions. All right, let's go to the second row in the middle.
Hi, Robin. Kevin Skarbinski from the SEC blog. You've been up in this league, you've been down in this league. Is it much easier to fall if you have injuries, you have players that leave, than it is to build back up given the competitive level of the league?
Yeah, that's a great question, Kevin. I think it's all of the above. I mean, I think they're both, two things can be true at once, right? I think it's really hard to climb, but I think it's, you know, when injuries hit, you don't prepare for them. And, you know, I've gone back and forth as a coach. There's times where I think a 12-man roster or 12-player roster, you know, the chemistry in that locker room can be a little bit stronger, and you don't have to worry about playing time. And then you have a couple key injuries, and you think, okay, I'm never going back to that again, and we will always be at full strength. But we did. We had a couple of tough seasons. We've had some seasons that have been really exciting and you know, played on a big stage under bright lights and has had a lot of success in the SEC. But this is a very tough league, as we both know. And then we have Texas and Oklahoma, two programs that I have a lot of respect for joining the league. So a tough league, if possible, just got tougher. But I think that's what makes it so fun. You know, we all want the end result, which is a championship. We all want a deep run in the NCAA tournament. That scoreboard is really, really important. But I also don't want to shy away from the fact that sometimes when you go through hard times, those are where you really grow the most. And, you know, I'm so proud of the resiliency and the resolve of these young ladies and the fact that they believe in our program and our culture. And, you know, we're willing to come back and stay committed to, you know, what our hopes and dreams have been as we continue to elevate our program back up in a tough league. So I don't shy away from any of it. You know, I think the good is good and the hard can be really good for you too.
Other questions, please raise your hand. Coach, we're going to have your players in here shortly. I wonder if you might say a few words about each of the players that you brought.
Yeah, I would love to. We'll start with Grace Slaughter, who's a sophomore from Grain Valley, Missouri. She's a young lady that grew up coming to basketball camps at Mizzouri, and so I've known her since she was this tall, and it's been so fun to just kind of see her grow and blossom. She was a USA basketball young lady, and then had a knee injury in high school and had to recover from that, but it's been, she's passionate about the game, has an unbelievable work ethic, just a very disciplined young lady. Not only is she really good in the classroom, I think her commitment to giving back in our community is something that I really admire and appreciate. And then her skill set on the court. I think going into this season, a point of emphasis for her was to really get better on the defensive end. She's always been pretty strong with her offensive skill set, but really wanted to grow in her game defensively, and I've seen her really put that work in, and I think she's going to have another really special year for us. Ashton Judd, to me, she's just kind of got that it factor. She's a little bit of an alpha on the court. She plays really, really hard. She's she's gritty, she's tough, she's really resilient. She's been a really good leader for so many of our new players. I know they look up to her, not only because of her character, but just her work ethic on and off the court. And so two young ladies that we're really counting on this season to elevate us and help put us back on the map.
All right, other questions for Coach? Please raise your hand. Any others? Last call.
All right.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right. Thank you, and thanks again for everything you guys do. Appreciate you.